Maybe it's keto. Wild
On
guess,
the
I know.
day of the crime, you were in the general ward at the ADDC, yes? Starting at 8 a.m., you went around to each room and gathered the linens.
Yes. Nobody would dispute that.
And after that, you covered Wakusan's nose and mouth, suffocated him, and then carted him out in a laundry bin.
That's not true. Wakusan wasn't there when I went into his room. I didn't see him at all that day. You have to believe me.
And I do. So when you went down to leave the center at 10 a.m. after gathering the linens, you realized there was a body hidden in the truck.
Yes. That's what happened.
Then, after debating whether or not to report the body, you chose to hide it in the mountains.
That's gotta be a huge hurdle to climb in the trial. Wait a minute, okay. So if Okubo, like, let's take his perspective for a second. If he didn't even see Waku on the day of the murder, then can't they just check the security footage in the ward and see who was at Okubo, who was near or seen entering Waku's room at 8 a.m. or 7:50 around that time? Then you have the culprit right there. And you can check the staff who were also on duty, right, during that time frame, because there are only so many employees who work on that ward on that floor, right? Maybe that's a plot point, but yeah. But that is interesting though. So someone must have carted Waku before then. I mean, what is it? Is it Terisawa? Kido? There are only so many people who have access to the ward too.
I had a criminal assault on my record. I knew the police would have suspected me if I went to them.
Aren't you forgetting the bad blood you had with Waku-san?
Huh?
Bad blood? What are you talking about?
3 days before the murder, Waku-san claimed Okubo-kun here punched him and stole his wallet. They told me all about it at the center.
When did you even ask?
While you were busy chatting up Terisawa-chan. Even if I bitch about it, I'm still damn good at my job.
Well, Okubo-kun, did you take his wallet or...
Not quite. They call it delusion of theft. It's a symptom of dementia. You think something's been stolen from you, then blame the first person you see. Not the easiest thing to deal with, right? Someone accuses you of theft for no reason? Must have been a shock. So when Waku-san tried to hit you, you just about hit him back.
But I didn't hit him.
No, you murdered him.
I wouldn't kill a man over something like that.
Ah, I wish I could believe you, pal. Come on, Okubo-kun. You got a record of violence.
It wasn't me. I swear. Somebody set me up. Please, you have to believe me. Whoever did this is laughing at all of us right now.
Calm down.
Yagami-sensei, do you believe me?
I do.
Okay. Then next time, come alone.
Fine, I can take a hint. You and Yagami-sensei can cuddle up all you want.
Hey, you know that nurse, Terisawa-san? Cute girl. Sounded like she was worried about you. Bet you'd have a chance with her once you get out of here.
I don't know. If you'll excuse me.
I have some conclusions to make. If we're not jumping into another cutscene, I'll express them. A long-ass loading screen. Might as well express them now. Now we can wait.
So Shintani just left you hanging, huh? He's gotta learn some damn patience.
Maybe so. But this is my case now. I can handle it myself.
Huh. Okay.
Alright, we have some free time to move around? Okay, good. So, what I thought about that is interesting. I do actually believe Okubo to be innocent in this as well. And the reason why is because, so, with the evidence that Shintani presented. So Waku basically, not, well, you know, illusion of dementia, right? He accused, just so happened to coincidentally accuse, the fuck's his name again? Sorry, there's so many names in this game. He accused Okubo here of stealing his wallet, right? But the thing is, the true culprit used that as an opportunity, right? When Okubo was accused, there were witnesses, right? There were bystanders. People had witnessed that scene, right? So the culprit used that as a means to create like an artificial type of tension to use that as a motive for murder from Okubo, right? Since Okubo was falsely accused for stealing something, it would make sense that he would then murder Waku in, like, let's say, as a sort of reciprocation act, right? So someone who witnessed the event is the true killer. It has to be either, I guess, Kido, or it's Terasawa or whatever. She's not actually a person of interest here, which is interesting. But yeah, she has to have been the one that maybe killed him, transported him to the specific truck too that Okubo was gonna pilot. So she knew that Okubo was the one that would transport the corpse, because he knew, whoever it is, whoever the killer is, would be the one that would take the fall for it. So it's specifically planned for that, or it's maybe someone entirely else, like, you know, third party, person number C or whatever, we don't know yet. But yeah, damn, that is very interesting. Anyways, is this Saudi in the past?
Have you seen Mafia lately?
Where's this coming from?
She's just not that great with men. I suggest you be more assertive.
Right. Okay.
What?
You mean that friend of yours, Saori-kun? She's got Shintani all riled up. Said he'd have been nicer to you if he knew you had friends who looked like her. Jackass.
Hey,
oh, nice.
Nothing's official yet, guys. Regardless, keep it on the down low, okay?
Yet? That word says more than you think.
Okay, damn. Well, fuck you, Shintani. Damn. Guess we'll talk to Genda. I don't know what I just triggered. Okay. I thought I was just supposed to walk around.
Mafia-kun's a prosecutor, right? Isn't it kind of taboo for her to date a defense attorney?
Can we not do this?
Either way, guess the Okubo case comes first. Pleading innocent, yeah?
That's the plan.
What is your plan here? This isn't gonna be an easy win.
Well, I'm working on that. There's one piece of evidence that still bothers me.
Yeah? And what's that?
What should I focus on if I want to prove Okubo innocent? Okay. We have a lot of fucking evidence, to be honest. Panoramic view of the hospital room where an elderly patient named Waku was staying. Okay. No. The window. No, there's nothing particular about the window. His bed pillow. This could be it. Autopsy report. Laundry cart. That could be it too. Where did the laundry cart go? Right? Like, I'm not in the medical field, but I do have an acquaintance who does work in this type of environment, and every piece of equipment is accounted for. Like, everything has a serial number, everything is documented, so whoever was using said equipment or whatever, like, that would be, like, everybody would know where that piece of equipment is, at which time, where's it signing out, who's it being used by, and whatnot. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure the game is not going to be that anal about it, but this could technically be a huge piece of evidence. Where did the cart go? Anyways, body fluids, like, cause, like, you know, who touched the cart, right? Whose DNA is on it? What time? What's the, was it? No, I guess that's not part of it. Victim's body fluids. This one maybe? Victim's body fluids in Okubo's truck bed. Well, I mean, this isn't really new evidence though, right? Because we know that he's the one that buried the body. I'm gonna go with the window here.
Take a look at this. It's the hospital room the victim was staying in. This is the last place Waku-san was seen before he disappeared. At the time, the witness would have seen Waku-san from this angle through the window in the door. But the cabinet here would have been blocking his face.
Uh-huh.
In other words, there's room to argue that the witness never actually saw Waku-san to begin with. It might have just looked like there was somebody in there. Or maybe the killer set it up to look that way.
And how would that impact the trial?
Well, the premise that the victim was still alive at 8 o'clock would no longer be on the table.
True.
Meaning, the crime could have occurred during a much wider time range. With that in mind, we could claim there's no proof that Okubo took Waku-san out of the room.
Right. Not bad.
I see what he's getting at
What
here.
the hell's your problem?
I get it.
Was that Shintani?
I think so.
Get back here!
What the fuck? Who is that? Who is that?
Bastard. Oh, I was eavesdropping on you.
What the hell?
I tried to stop him, but he pulled a stun gun on me.
Who is this?
Hey,
Oh, it's a lady.
wait up!
That's Terisawa. That is her. She is the killer. Oh my god. Holy shit. Okay, it is her. Of course, because she's the caretaker. She's the caretaker for him. So what she did is she probably hid the body, right? Maybe at the time, or the crime was already committed. She already put Okubo's not Okubo's body. She already put Waku's body long before in the truck, right? And then she used her body, like herself, to lie on the bed, to be used as evidence. Messed up the time frame then by using Okubo as a scapegoat because it was like laundry day or whatever. And then once he carts out all the other linens, of course his DNA would be in there because he was doing it on the day. So his DNA would be on the cart, his DNA would be in the truck. And no one would be none the wiser because Waku was there until that time frame.
Hold up!
Oh, Terisawa, you messed up. The killer is you. Mysterious person.
You won't get away!
Okay, I see there's still construction being done here 3 years later. Got it. Oh, what? Need to do this still? Okay. Oh my god. I still ran into them.
Hold up!
Ah, so close. Damn it. Also, damn, I'm quite fit for being a lawyer back then too. Damn. What? Oh, okay. Oh shit. Ah, god damn it.
You won't get away!
I messed up. How long do I need to keep chasing? Maybe this is... Oh no, okay, it's scripted. Got it. Scripted. Alright, what's up?
A woman?
Help! Someone help me!
Aren't you Terasawa-san?
Let me go!
Ah, god damn
We
it.
got a groper out here? Scum of the earth!
Now's not the time.
Not on my watch, you son of a bitch!
Damn it. She's gonna run away while we're at this. Do I have all my skills during this time? Babe, I don't know if I do. Why are there so many of them? Holy. This guy's a stun gun. Holy shit. Okay. Alright. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck. Fuck you. Can I use my items? I can't, damn it. Alright. Okay. Oh. God damn it. Okay, I guess I don't have my abilities. I call this the lawyer kick. Oh wow, double kill. Sweet. Alright, Yagami. Oh nice, the lady just stayed there. Cool. Even better. Terasawa. Huh, it really was her. And the only reason she knew where we were in Kamurocho is because we gave her our business card.
Can all lawyers fight like that?
No. She's like, I give up. I won't fight. I don't want to end up like them. Alright, let's see. What's coming next? Also, damn, Shintani got his ass handed to him then by her. Feels bad.
Did you really need to run away like that? I assume you came to see me.
There was something I wanted to talk to you about, yes. But I wasn't sure if I should. Then that pig-headed friend of yours started shouting, so I just lost it.
Okay, but did you have to tase him? Not that he didn't have it coming. Anyway, I'm listening if you want to talk. No matter what it is, I'll keep your secret. Anything you tell me will fall under client attorney privilege.
Well, you know the witness who last saw Waku-san? Said he saw him sleeping in his bed.
Uh-huh.
Well, that witness is a man by the name of Shono-san. He's one of the scientists at the ADDC. Not only that, but he's the director's right-hand man, too.
Okay, never mind. She's not the killer. This is a completely new guy.
And this is him?
Pretty much your run-of-the-mill researcher. Oh, he's the one we saw accompanying, Kido. In the real world, though. Not the past world here.
Yes. He's a very dedicated doctor, so the nurses have a lot of faith in him. But something felt off when I heard what he had to say about the incident.
And what's that?
I guess I'm just skeptical as to whether or not he actually saw Waku-san. I don't think he's intentionally deceiving us, but he may be mistaken somehow. And if I had to guess, I'd say the other nurses feel the same.
Still, why hasn't anyone mentioned this until now?
How could we? Nurses talking about a doctor behind his back? That's not something a nurse could do without consequences. And if it came to a courtroom testimony...
None of you would testify?
Maybe the other nurses wouldn't, but I would. I never really fit in over there anyway. Besides...
Yeah?
I think Okubo-san is innocent.
Oh, really? Sounds like I've finally got an ally on my team.
Interesting. I like how Marty is here in the background. 3 years ago, she was still at Tender. Interesting though. So a new NPC enters the fold. Yeah, how did the court...
I'm currently employed as a researcher at the Advanced Drug Development Center. Part of our research consists of clinical tests we perform on patients in the general ward of the center. On the day of the crime, I was making my usual rounds through the ward.
Shono, researcher.
And what time was that?
Around 7:50?
You're sure?
Yes, the patients eat breakfast at precisely 8 o'clock. I always head to the break room myself, right around then, too.
This break room, to be precise?
That's correct. Our more mobile patients walk there for breakfast instead of eating in their own rooms. Then, while the nurses help the patients eat, I ask about how they feel and how the medicine is treating them.
And on the day of Waku-san's disappearance, you passed by his room before going to the break room?
Yes.
And in that room, you saw Waku-san lying on the bed.
Yes.
Can you describe the situation to us as you remember it?
The door has a window, so you can see into the room from the hallway.
And this is the room you're referring to, yes?
That's correct. From where I was standing in the hallway, I could see Waku-san lying in bed. He was asleep, with a blanket covering most of his body.
And what time was that?
Around 7:50.
No further questions.
Yagami-sensei, why did you call her to the stand?
She actually asked to testify. Is that a problem?
Not really, no.
Here's my chance for a comeback. Well, I can definitely say I've been waiting for this moment, because we're about to see exactly how we managed to turn this court upside down and prove Okubo innocent. Oh, you thought I was going to end the episode, right? Now we're doing this all in one. We're doing this entire flashback in one recording. Come on, Umbra, let's go.
Terasawa-san, you were present for Shono-san's testimony just now, yes?
Yes.
And what is your opinion on that testimony?
For a scientist, I felt his wording was rather imprecise. And as a medical professional, I felt his actions were negligent.
Could I ask you to be a little more specific?
Our witness, Shono-san, claims he saw Waku-san sleeping in his bed during his morning rounds. However, there's no way he could have known that just by looking in from the hallway.
I have evidence supporting Terasawa-san's testimony.
Shono shouldn't have been able to see Waku. I have evidence to prove that. Where is it? Of course, the body fluids. Yeah, it's here. I got it.
Please look at this. It's a photograph of the victim's room as viewed from the hallway. In other words, this is what Shono-san would have seen when he checked in on Waku-san.
And this evidence points to this fact. Also, it's pretty amazing that there's no security cameras or footage in a literal hospital ward built for dementia patients. Like, what? Like, these are dementia patients. These people will walk around, they will get lost, they don't even know who they are. And there are no security cameras on this premise? Insane. The culprit was hiding in the hospital room. The victim was already dead. The culprit is Shono, who claims to be a witness. That's a bit telling for now. Shono's testimony was a lie. Culprit was hiding in the hospital room. Well, I would have picked this if the culprit was the one lying on the bed. The victim was already dead. This could be it.
Waku-san was already dead when Shono-san went to check on him.
What are you implying?
At the time, the defendant hadn't yet collected the linens. In fact, he hadn't even arrived at the ADDC, meaning Okubo-san could not have been the murderer.
Assuming that's true, then, why did he go through the trouble of hiding Waku-san's body in his laundry cart?
Huh? Well, depending on how you look at it.
Please. You know this is a court of law, don't you?
Shoot, I have to calm down. Let's try this again.
Sorry, let me start over. Our witness, Shono-san, claims he saw Waku-san sleeping in his bed during his morning rounds. However, I'm not convinced that's actually what happened.
Oh, did I get it wrong? Oh, rips, I got it wrong. Wait, what? There's no way Shono could have checked on Waku, and this proves it. And this proves it. What? How is it not the hallway? Because it's not like Shono said himself in his testimony just now that he went inside the room to verify that the body was in fact Waku. But okay, if it's not that, it's not that then. Details regarding the cause of death remains unknown. Died from suffocation. No way he could have checked on him. Oh, I get what he's saying, because the body was already gone at 7:50, right? Because that's what Shintani told us, at 7:50 precisely. That's when the body was already, like, last seen, right? I'm not sure. Is it the cart? I don't think it's the cart. Panorama. Window? No. The cart?
Take a look at this, if you would.
This one this time.
And this is?
What the fuck?
Well, it's an important piece of evidence, but the truly vital part is what I'm going to show you next.
Yagami, is this why you lost your lawyer badge? Shut up, Umbra, you're the one making the shitty decisions. Right, my bad. I like how there's a big X over it. I can't select it again. Okay, I can't wait to do NG Plus now on Legend, so I can just pick all the wrong responses and see how it fucks up everything. That's autopsy report, okay. He died immediately after the moment he went missing. Window, panorama, body fluids? What? I actually don't know what it is now. It's not the hallway. The window. No one could have gone through it. Window doesn't open. There's no way he could have checked on Owaku. The room?
Take a look at this, if you would.
Take a look at this. Beautiful, isn't it?
And this is?
Very beautiful. Yagami, you idiot.
Well, it's an important piece of evidence, but the truly vital part is what I'm going to show you next.
There we go. Yeah, very beautiful, isn't it? Okay. I'm guessing it's supposed to be the autopsy. Here, take a look at his face, will you? Very beautiful.
Take a look at this, if you would.
This is like a meme template.
And this is?
Like, I could make this a meme template. Be like, take a look at this, and it shows just whatever you want on a green screen. Alright, maybe I'll be the first one to do it. Victim's body fluids. What? Why? No, that's not part of it. I did the hallway already, though. The window? What? But it could be open. That's
Take
not...
a look at this, if you would.
And this is?
Yeah, so it has to be the hallway. Isn't that what I just selected? That's what I just selected.
Please look at this.
That was my first one.
It's a photograph of the victim's room. In other words,
Okay.
this is what...
And this evidence points to this fact. Oh, never mind. I got this part wrong. I see. God damn it. Alright. The culprit was hiding in the hospital room.
The murderer was already hiding in the room.
That's what it is.
What are you implying?
He then killed Waku-san after Shono-san left. After that, he used a laundry cart to carry the body down to Okubo-san's truck in the garage.
But there was only one person seen taking a laundry cart from Waku-san's room. And that's Okubo-san himself. Are you saying he really is the culprit?
Shit.
Huh?
Please.
Fuck. Damn it.
Sorry, our witness...
Whoops, I actually got it wrong. Okay. I thought that was true.
Please look at... It's a photo...
But then I didn't know that piece of evidence where he was the only one seen carting. Okay. The culprit is Shono. Shono's testimony was a lie. Well, yeah, that's for sure. In this case.
Shono-san was lying when he said he saw Waku-san in the bed.
Excuse me?
What he saw from the door was likely nothing more than a bulge of sheets. He couldn't have been able to identify it specifically as Waku-san. So to claim as much in his testimony seems like quite an exaggeration, don't you think?
But common sense would dictate otherwise, would it not? Who would be in the bed other than Waku-san?
The killer.
Staff nurses are trained to always enter a room when checking in on a patient. In Waku-san's case, it's impossible to tell anything just by looking in from the hallway. There was actually one time a while back where we thought he was under the covers, only to find Waku-san eating in the break room a second later. And upon re-examining the room, we realized that we had mistaken a bunched-up pillow for Waku-san.
The witness makes an important distinction. The prosecution asserts that Shono-san's testimony is clear, that the victim was taken out of his room at some point between 7:50 and 8:30 in the morning. They claim that because of this time frame, the defendant must have smuggled Waku-san's body out in his laundry bin.
That's why Okubo-kun was assumed to be the only person who would have killed Waku-san. Yeah. Okay, this is everything I wanted to say, I just didn't know the pieces, just like in every fucking Danganronpa trail, because nobody personally investigated Waku-san's room to verify that the body that was lying in the bed was in fact Waku. So, this is like Terasawa said, it was negligence by Shono, and it's incriminating for Okubo because Okubo was the only one seen carting the body out of there. So of course it would have been him, right?
But if Shono-san's testimony is invalid, as the defense asserts, we have to consider the possibility that Waku-san was taken in the middle of the night when nobody else was around. After which, the killer could have waited until the morning to plant the body in the defendant's truck. In other words, the defense establishes that there is reasonable doubt that Okubo-san is the killer, rendering the prosecution's central argument unsound. Your Honor, taking this new testimony into account, I'd like to call Shono-san back to the stand for cross-examination.
Gotcha now, bitch. But if Shono was the culprit to this in the past, how is he walking besides Kido in the real world right now?
Shono-san.
Yes?
Let's see how Shono responds with that evidence and Terasawa-san's testimony out in the open.
I'll get right to the point. On the day of the crime, what did you see when you looked into Waku-san's room?
I saw Waku-san asleep in his bed, I think.
And did you get a clear look at his face?
I don't remember.
So it's possible that it could have been someone other than Waku-san in that bed. Or maybe even a pillow that you mistook to be Waku-san's body. Isn't that right?
Objection! The defense is leading the witness.
Sustained. Please rephrase the question.
Yeah, fuck you,
Shono-san,
Izumi.
can you say without a doubt that Waku-san was in that bed when you checked on him?
I don't think I can, no.
What the fuck?
Then the defense rests. But I do have a quick remark for the prosecution.
Huh?
The prosecution's argument has fallen apart. Now to go in for the kill. So since now it's established that we don't know if the body... Well, the thing is now we don't even know if it was either another body or if it was just a bunch of fucking pillows. So that there actually might have been no body at all inside the room during 7:50.
The charges against my client stem from your assertion that he's the only possible suspect, assuming the crime took place within the stated time frame. However, the defense has proven without a doubt that Shono-san's testimony is unreliable, establishing reasonable doubt for my client. I would suggest then that you withdraw the charges against my client. With such inconclusive evidence, you'll only be wasting the court's precious time.
The prosecution does not consider the witness's testimony inconclusive. His memory of the incident may be fuzzy, yes, but that doesn't change that he saw the victim.
So, your whole case is based on a fuzzy memory? This promising young man's future is at stake, and you're willing to throw that away on unreliable testimony?
Dr. Shono is a bright and diligent researcher. After watching his own grandmother develop dementia, he vowed to create a drug that could cure the disease. After paying his own way through medical school, he went on to become the head researcher at the ADDC. Day after day, Dr. Shono visits his sick patients out of the kindness of his heart, leading to his valiant testimony here today. If you want to know whether I trust this man, then my answer is a resounding yes.
In other words, because he's such a great researcher, his testimony is infallible. His own admission that he's not sure is somehow overlooked? Is that the sum of it? Because from here, it sounds like you're putting your faith in Shono-san's title, not his testimony today.
The prosecution is not as easily swayed as you think. And you want to talk reputation? What of your client's history of domestic abuse?
Uh-oh, he's gonna bring up Okubo's record. That's true though. Objection! Emotional argument. Because, yeah, it has no, there's no relevance in this case to his, to Shono's achievements.
6 years ago, the defendant broke his girlfriend's finger. The poor girl is still suffering from the effects. And the cause? A minor, drunken disagreement. Now, fast forward to what occurred a few days prior to the crime. Waku-san, suspecting the defendant of stealing his wallet, lashed out and punched the defendant in the face. Given the clearly violent nature of Okubo-san here, that alone would be motivation enough to murder the poor old...
Oh?
Is
Objection?
something wrong, ma'am? Please remain seated while court is in session. Terasawa-san?
Okubo-san is not a violent person. And he hasn't even had a drink in over 6 years. Not a single drop since the incident.
My court will not stand for this commotion.
He didn't blame Waku-san at all. He knew that the outburst was just caused by his dementia, that it was all the sickness's fault. So there was no reason for him to resort to murder.
Terasawa-san, please.
Okubo-san really is an incredible, caring person.
Please leave this courtroom at once.
You're right that he may be hard to approach, but he's a kind soul, and he always keeps his promises.
Where's my guards? Remove this
Okubo-san's
woman.
not the only person in this courtroom who would be affected by a guilty verdict, either. As a matter of fact, it would break my heart. And even through it all, he wanted me to keep this a secret, not to tell anyone, not even his lawyer, that we were dating. Even though he knew he could have ended up in prison, making sure I was safe was the only thing in the world he cared about. That's just who he is. But when the prosecution has already decided he's a criminal, how could he possibly be given a fair trial?
Her little outburst wasn't technically admissible, but as the trial dragged on, it hung over the jury like a stone. And in the end, Shinpei Okubo was found not guilty. But only a month after his release,
He killed his
everything changed.
girlfriend. Allegedly.
The same girl who had so bravely proclaimed Okubo's innocence died by the man's own hand.
No. And in fact, that only thickens the plot now. She spoke up. She was killed for it. Who killed her then? That's the real question. Get your fucking face out of me.
Something wrong?
Need
No,
something?
it's nothing, Vice Minister.
But
I haven't seen you in about 3 years, Kido-san. I see you're still the director.
You look familiar, but I can't quite place the name. I seem to recall you looking sharper.
I'm a detective based in Kamurocho now. The name's Yagami.
Ah, I remember now. You're the reason Terasawa-kun's no longer with us. Remember, Shono?
Okubo-san was unstoppable. If only my testimony had been better.
Shono-san, right?
Does it matter? What brings you here anyway?
I'm investigating a murder, and I'll need your cooperation with it. Just like old times.
Oh goddamn, that's so cool. From past to present, just like that.
Yes, I see. Yes. Thank you. It does seem we received a phone call from this Shintani-san you speak of.
Do you know who he was calling?
Dr. Shono.
The same Shono-san you were just with?
Why? Why would Shintani call Shono?
Yes. However, it's unclear as to what the point of the call was meant to be. Shono was away from his desk at the time, you see, and Shintani-san didn't leave a message.
You have no idea what he wanted to talk about?
None. Shono says he doesn't know a Shintani-san, and sees no reason why he would be calling.
Oh, really?
Look, Shono and I co-authored the research paper on AD9. We're quite well known, as it turns out. Sometimes, complete strangers pretend to be close friends or relatives in order to contact us. Perhaps Shintani-san fell into that category.
Have you heard of the mole murders taking place in Kamurocho, Dr. Kido? 3 Yakuza, each one with their eyes gouged out. It's a grisly business. Shintani was killed in the same way.
I've seen the news.
Can you think of anything tying the ADDC to those murders?
Huh? Look, just what are you implying? Look, I believe we're done here. There's nothing I can help you with.
Please stop! You can't!
Is this Kaito? Oh, no.
Who are you?
Kuroiwa.
Detective Kuroiwa, Kamuro Police, Organized Crime.
Oh?
One of your guests here has information related to the case I'm currently investigating.
Yagami? Me?
That would be you, Yagami.
This is Yagami.
I'd like to speak to you as a material witness to the murder of the lawyer Masamichi Shintani.
Is that so?
It is. Come with me. Huh. God damn it. So many roadblocks. Holy shit. Okay, good. I can finally save, though. Wait, no! I want to take a break. Oh, well. No break.
The mole's latest victim was the lawyer, Shintani. The last call he made brings the case that ruined Yagami 3 years ago back to the surface. A patient was taken from a hospital and found buried in the mountains. Yagami defended the suspect, Shinpei Okubo, and got an acquittal. But 1 month later, he murdered his girlfriend Emi Terasawa with a kitchen knife and burned the remains.
Chapter 6. Collusion. Collusion with what, though? The Spanish Inquisition?
I'd like to speak to you as a material witness to the murder of the lawyer Masamichi Shintani.
Is that so?
I'm Hoshino, an attorney at Genda Law Office. Officer, is this interview voluntary, or...?
It is.
It's your call, Yagami-san.
I think I'll pass.
Excuse me?
You have your answer, sir. You can go now.
You can make this easier if you come now. Next time, it won't be voluntary.
Your empty threats don't mean much to a lawyer.
Can you take this elsewhere? I really must be...
Too bad he's not a lawyer anymore, then. Your friend's nothing now. Just come along quietly. I'll come back with a warrant if I have to.
I'd like to see you try. Why do you suspect me anyway? I bet you don't even have a reason.
I can come up with a few good ones.
Enough! Get the hell out of my office.
He's like, fuck off, all of you.
You'll regret this, Yagami.
Kuroiwa-san.
Who is that?
You two, out.
Before we go, can we speak to Shono-san for a sec? We need to know why Shintani called him.
Listen, I already told you he doesn't know. Get it through your skull. Now, please leave.
No problem. We'll let you get back to work.
Damn, did Kuroiwa just say, like, no you to fucking Hoshino? He's like, nah, you're not a lawyer anymore.
This is really
Goddamn.
getting out of hand, don't you think? I can't believe that detective thinks you're a material witness.
Yeah. I don't know what he's talking about. But what I'm more interested in is how he even knew where to find me.
That's a good point. How would the police know we were here?
Beats me. For now, let's focus on Shono, though. It would be a waste coming here and not talking to him.
Agreed. Let's see if the receptionist can help us.
Oh, nice. Finally giving me control. And save again then, right? Yes, excellent. So, I guess it's about time I quickly sum up things. So, very interesting. Terasawa is dead. We know that Okubo... I'm very convinced Okubo is not the one that killed her, but she does have blood all over her, so it's very incriminating. Okubo, however, was, by the sounds of it, arrested without even giving a testimony about him killing her. Or, no, we ended up proving Okubo innocent again, even after, in the second case, for killing Terasawa. So it does put into perspective that we still had actually reasonable claim to prove his innocence in the fire. Now, as for what we just witnessed, we do know that Kuroiwa, it's weird, they dropped the plot point because Ayabe told us that Kuroiwa was the one that's, I don't think he's the one causing, but he's the one that's definitely inducing or either turning a blind eye to the whole, to the mole cases. So either Kuroiwa is also connected to the mole for some reason, and just like Hamada, he's letting like the conflict persist because I guess it's beneficial if rival factions, I guess, wipe each other out. We're investigating, I know, Kuroiwa right now as to how he's involved in, like, how did he find our location. But the more important thing that I'm wondering is, why does, like, literally everybody on the fucking planet is, like, not interested in the truth of this case? That's what's very interesting to me. Nobody wants us to find the truth. Not citizens, not the Yakuza, not the police, not anybody. It seems that, like, every single fucking person has to be a goddamn roadblock to our investigation. So, that's what I got so far. And, you know what? I'm glad. I'm finally glad we got full Yagami backstory, full Kaito backstory, and we're ready to finally move on. Okay. Long-ass fucking episode. See you all next time.